They're on their way.
Get rid of your shine.
Yeah. Yeah, it can make me look pretty, you know. Got one of them filters on there, make me look pretty.
Yeah.
Little Snapchat filter.
They didn't order that package. So
Oh, dang it.
more expensive lens they would have had to bring. All right, cool. So, okay. It's very easy. Good. These are fairly easy questions and straightforward. So,
Should we do the first three in one sentence?
yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay, so there's obviously two. So your names, where you're from, and how long you've been. So let's do this. Both you say your names. You can say where you're from, and then you can say how long have you guys been in the food dog world?
Okay.
When did it start?
Let's look at helicopter.
Just say from its inception. Yeah.
Inception?
Yeah, inception.
You should
Yeah.
use the right word if you're going to
Well,
use the big
let's
one.
just make it complicated, right?
From its inception, which is when?
It's been a little over 2 years.
I think it's almost 3. It'll be 3 years in January. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
That's why I was like, what would you like us to
You
say?
said 3 years.
As far as I know, we were the first members of
Yeah.
Okay,
Food
cool,
Dog.
cool. So then just say for 3 years, because people aren't going to know when.
Right,
it was.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I am Sherry Willard.
My name's Dwayne Willard,
We are from Evanston, Wyoming.
and we have been part of the Food Dog group for 3 years.
Perfect. So you guys can look at me.
Okay.
When you're answering. All right. So, what would you say you were struggling with before? Like, if you think about life before Food Dog, what were you struggling with? What were some of the challenges that you had before Food Dog?
Now you're going to do this where she answers, then I answer. Or?
I guess. Yeah. So one of you say for me, blah blah blah, and
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
And you can even say,
You wanna go first?
even for us as a couple, and you can even discuss it if you want.
Okay.
Right. So I think through life you do the same thing over and over and expecting the same, a different result. And so it was really about, finding change to create a different result.
Yeah, I think for me, there's a couple things. One, for us as a couple, learning kind of the same thing that we learned in business, that you can only grow when you grow yourselves. So I think by both of us being in a group like this together, she gets to grow, I get to grow, therefore we grow. And the same way with a business, if you change the lives and grow your people, they're going to grow your business for you. So.
Awesome. How would you guys describe the Food Dog group to someone who has never heard of it?
Amazing. The interaction with people, the different, types of people, and, everybody's different. Everybody has their own strengths, their own weaknesses. But then being able to come together and learn from other people's, situations and how they dealt with it, and then everybody learning together in how you move forward and how you grow and develop past that as a collective group, and then just the camaraderie between everyone. We're scattered all over the United States and Australia and a lot of different places, and you get a lot of different experiences from other people that you're able to incorporate into your own life to make that better. And then being able to have friends. Everybody's stuck in their own little world, and this allows you to have experiences with people that are not next to you.
Yeah, I think for me, the Food Dog group is really about being able to have friends as a high-level person and a business owner that see things the same way you see things, that are motivated, that are positive, that are all about picking you up every day. And, it's hard to find that in the world. So being part of this group is really just like being a part of a family who are all entrepreneurs and high-level thinkers, and it's just amazing to be around them.
What stands out as one of the most significant trainings that you've been part of?
they all stand out in their own way. Seekers of Power was probably my most favorite training. I can't wait till that one gets to be a live event, because I love live events. You actually get to interact with these people. However, Zoom has made it available to us all the time, where we wouldn't have had that opportunity previously. But Seekers of Power really does teach the basic ground level knowledge that you need to be able to progress and move forward.
Yeah, to have to pick a favorite one, that's pretty tough. But I would say, like this Level Up event, it brings a whole new level when you're sitting next to the members versus Zoom. I mean, nothing bad about Zoom, but it's a lot more challenging on Zoom when you lose that personal touch. So I think as far as the Food Dog training goes, I'm going to have to say this Level Up training, because there's people here that I've known for over 2 years on Zoom, and this has been the first time I've been able to get face to face with them. And so you can't, there's no way to obtain that through Zoom. So I'm going to go with this training this weekend of Level Up.
Okay, cool. But don't you love it? You have glasses and you don't use them.
Yeah, I know. I do that all the time.
There we go. Okay. What are some of the results you've achieved in your life because of Food Dog?
We have definitely grown as a couple, grown our business, grown my career, my professional life. And then I think just being able to see those results over the last 3 years in that progress, and being able to share that with our kids and our grandkids, and really just moving that forward. Personal development, personal growth is amazing.
Awesome. Folks, okay.
Yeah, so for me, I think it's it's obviously grown our business, but it's also grown us. It's grown our family, and I would just say that it's mandatory that you grow. So you got to have a place to do that.
Fantastic. So I might have asked you this wrong, because they're back-to-back questions. Like, what's the biggest transformation you've experienced? That's what I just asked you, right? And what are some other results you've achieved in your life because of Food Dog?
I think to clarify it into one transformation thing, it is the mindset shift, the ability to have no limits and release fears and truly just be your person.
Yeah, so I'll share a little bit of detail. Over the last this year, we have been able to make almost, I think it's actually a little over $1 million outside of our business by following the things that we've learned, and that's life changing when you can do that. So that's been a huge impact on us this year, and just being willing and learning to take those risks and set fear aside and go after things that your mind wants to tell you that you can't do, but you can. You can do that.
Yeah, awesome. If you could, now you started when it started, so this might let's pretend that Food Dog was going on before you joined. If you could rewind time, what would you tell yourself about getting into the Food Dog world?
Don't wait. Everybody has this, well, I don't want to be part of that, or I don't want to spend any money on that because I want to spend money on, traveling or buying new toys or, anything like that. And the investment in yourself and personal growth outweighs all of those things, and everything else comes back tenfold when you truly apply yourself and search out groups like Food Dog and the team. It's amazing.
Yeah, I would tell myself, if I could go back in time, that if I could go back to 15 years old, that would be amazing, and tell myself to get involved in groups like this and be involved in people that you're going to find in groups like this. So I would tell you out there, if you're watching this and you're thinking about it, just do it. get involved, and the investment in yourself, you can't spend too much money investing in yourself. So the Food Dog Group is it's the place you need to be.
Awesome. Okay, last one is, who should join Food Dog, in your opinion?
I would say anyone that is searching for improvement and growth and change. Anybody can do that. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to be, you just have to be open and willing and, be ready to put forth the effort that it takes to change. Because it does take a lot of effort to change your own self, your own mind, all your own preset beliefs that everybody told you from when you were 2. And so that really is that piece. As long as you have that piece, it doesn't matter. You're going to improve, you're going to grow, and you're going to change the lives of other people around you. You just have to be willing to be out there.
Yeah, I would say that I guess I'll just put it this way: you have to. Everybody should join.
So we're going to combine the first 3 questions. Name, where you're from, and how long have you been in the food dog world? So what's been working well is, like, you each say your name.
Is it a motion?
It's motion.
Oh, it's up there.
No, it's on the wall. Those are motion switches. But you should be able to push the switch and it turns it off.
Yeah, that's
You did that? It came back on?
Would you hold it?
No, you just.
Yeah, I've been turning.
It's typically when you do that, it's supposed to shut off. At least the ones in my area do.
Okay. Just don't move. Okay. All right, don't move. Hopefully it won't. Okay. So name, where you're from, and how long you've been in the food war. So both say your names, and then say, one of you say where you're from, and the other one say how long you've been. How long have you been in it?
Since the beginning. We were the first founding members, yeah, so basically 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
It'll be 2
So
years
say
in
2
December.
years. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So name, where you're from, and how long you've been in the food war.
My name is Jason Kirby. I'm from Galt, California. Been in Food Dog for 2 years.
No, okay. So say name, then you say where you're from.
Oh,
you say,
okay.
We've been in the food dog war for 2 years.
I gotcha. Okay. My name is Jason Kirby.
I'm Jennifer Kirby,
We are from Galt, California.
and we've been in the food dog world for 2 years now.
Okay, you guys talk to me. Let's do that again. Just talk to me.
Okay. My name is Jason Kirby.
I'm Jennifer Kirby,
We are from Galt, California.
and we've been in the food dog world for 2 years.
Awesome. What were you struggling with before? Think back before food dog. What were you struggling with?
I was struggling with how to figure out how to get to the next level in life. I felt like I hit a roadblock for me. I was looking for somebody to help me unlock where I was stuck at.
And I was grappling with a lot of fear and anxiety, a very stressful job, and just trying to get through all of that with some personal issues, some death in my families and things like that, and just trying to figure out how to get past all that and just be the best self I could be.
Awesome. How would you describe Food Dog Group to someone who doesn't know what it is?
You want to answer that one?
The best way I can say it is it's just an extraordinary experience that will open your eyes to things that you never thought, the potential you never thought that you would ever have. Just really being able to dig deep and just heal a lot of just past wounds, and just, again, making yourself just so much of a better person. Not even just a better person, but a better parent, a better grandparent, a better friend, a better business owner, a better boss. It's just this incredible group of people that you just feel this constant camaraderie with, that will have your back no matter what. And it's just this just powerful group of people that just are all think-minded just like you are. They want to improve themselves. They want to be better people for everybody else, and then allow us to be able to then give back to the other people in our lives also.
Pretty much the same, yeah. I would say, if you're looking to try to change the human that you are, to be a better person, wealth, freedom, everything, in your whole life, this is what it's about.
Awesome. Well, what stands out as the most significant trainings you've attended?
It's tough to say because every training has always been better. It just keeps getting better and better. I mean, like every time we go to a training, it's what you learned last time. It seems like it got better the next time. So it's hard to pick one training, but I guess if I was to pick one training, Seekers of Power for me really opened up my eyes to different things in the world and learning how to shield yourself and energy and stuff like that. So if I had to say one, I would probably pick Seekers of Power. But like I said, they're all just great. You know, even this weekend that we're at right now, it just seems like it just keeps going better and better and better each time.
You know, we do a combination of Zoom and in-person meetings, and the Zooms are great because then you can just get a lot of information. But I think ultimately this weekend, the weekend of this level up, to be able to be here with everybody and to have that personal connection with people. And for someone who's an introvert, it's tough for me. And this really just brings it out, but it brings you so much more to have that in person. So it's a great combination of both everything that we do, and it just continues to keep increasing and getting better every time.
Awesome, awesome. What do you think makes Mike uniquely qualified to deliver this material?
Mike is a unique individual. I've never met anybody like him. The guy, when you get through one layer, you realize there's just so many layers to that man, and he is so genuine and so like honest, and he's so raw and he's so transparent that watching somebody that struggled with life the way he did and he tells his story, it helps you relate to that and see where you've came from, to see that he basically, all it was mindset. He just kept pushing. I think what makes Mike unique is that he's relentless. He does, there's no roadblock for him. There's no barriers for him. It's just a challenge for him. And it basically makes me want to, you know, be like Mike. You know, I want to see that part of myself come out in me.
He's had a lot of life experiences. He's grown businesses. He's done all this stuff. He continues to grow himself. And I think that's the key to a lot of really good leaders, is that they know that they don't know it all, and that he continues to grow, and he continues to have his mentors. Like he's our mentor. He has mentors. He has people that train him, and he brings in an amazing team of people that have that same drive and that same ethic and that same wanting to change the future for everybody and make it a better place for everybody.
Awesome. Great stuff, guys. What's the biggest transformation you've experienced in your life because of Food Hub?
The biggest transformation is one, I am not the same person I was 2 years ago. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I still have my moments and stuff like that, but I've learned a lot of how to deal with stressful situations, anger, just managing my emotions and stuff like that. So for me, it's funny because people that have known me in the past see me now and they say, man, what happened to you? You're not the same person anymore. So I guess the biggest transformation for me is I'm a new person.
And I think for me, it's transformational, but it's also just, it's been able to, Mike, I had a really difficult upbringing with a parent who wasn't great. And then I lost a parent and then lost my brother. And he was really able to help me shed all of that and really just come to terms with, after 48 years, I had not done. And really, it was just amazing. The relief that I felt and the lightness that I felt from that, it was just amazing. And it has really also strengthened my marriage. We didn't have a bad marriage, but it allowed us to really understand. And it is very true. If you're not growing together, you're going to grow apart. It is very, very true, because you have to both be in the same. Now, you're going to have different perspectives and different things to work on, but it makes you both better people to make you much, much stronger couple.
Awesome. So let's pretend Food Dog was going on for 10 years and you only got in 2 years ago. If you could rewind time we only got in 2 years ago, what would you tell yourself about getting into? What would you tell your earlier self about getting into Food Dog?
We should have did it sooner. It's funny because I've been in business for 22 years. And I always seen coaching as a weakness, like you were weak, you needed help because you couldn't figure it out on your own. Now, knowing what I know now, I wish I could go back and tell myself and do this sooner, because I would be that much further ahead in life if I had done this way sooner.
Awesome.
And the same thing, I am a super strong person, and I am not one for asking for help. And it was really hard for me to get into that type of world. And now I just I can't imagine my life without it. I mean, it's not a weakness. If anything, it's a strength, because it's not just Mike. Mike is an amazing person, so is his team, but these people that we're meeting and the friendships that we're creating, and we're creating some really long-lasting friendships with people that are so like-minded like us. And it's just, it's not a weakness. If anything, it's their superpower to be able to have all of this, to be able to do all this.
Awesome. Last question. Who/what type of person is this for?
I would say it's for everybody. I think everybody needs this kind of stuff. Even if you don't think you do, you do. There's things that I didn't think I needed to participate in certain activities and stuff, because I don't need that. But once I did it, I realized I needed to. So I think this is for everybody. You have to basically set your mind to the point that you're ready to accept it, because, just listening to stuff and not absorbing isn't going to do anything. But I think everybody should do this. If everybody did this in the world, we'd be that much better in the world.
It's the same thing. It's for anybody. And no matter what people say, they come with baggage. Everybody comes with baggage. There is no such thing as a perfect life. Everyone has issues. And this is the place to be able to figure that out, because, it's true. If we all are like this and we all try to be our best self, this world would be an amazing place. It wouldn't be anything less. And so everyone, but you have to be willing to, and that's the key. It's true. If you're not willing to make those changes and to recognize that you have changes to make or issues to be had, then that's the problem. You have to be willing to be out of denial. You have to understand where your position is.
Perfect. Awesome, guys. Really great.
All right, very good. Okay, cool. All right, so it's not that hard. I have preset questions, so.
Okay.
All right. So first one is your name, where you're from, and how long you've been in the food dog world. So with a couple, I say, okay, both of you say your names.
Okay.
Then, you can say we're from here, and you say we've been in food dog for X amount. How long have you been in food dog?
We just joined a few months ago, but we've known Mike for a long time.
Okay. So say you only started a few months ago.
Okay.
All right. So both your names, I am, and then you could look at me too.
I'm Jason Cummins.
And I'm Heather Cummins from Sparks, Nevada.
And we've been in the food dog group for a few months now.
Perfect. You just nailed 3 questions. Look at that. All right.
Woohoo! We're pros.
All right. If you can think back to before food dog, what were you struggling with before food dog?
Can we just go?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
I think what we were struggling with before Food Dog is we just have had some really challenging things go on in our life over the past few years that have been really hard for us to deal with as a couple, individually, and as a family even, so.
Yeah, I agree. We've had some pretty tough years, and I think Food Dog has really helped us unlock some of the things inside of us to be able to deal with those circumstances.
Awesome.
I don't know.
How would you describe Food Dog Group to someone who's never heard of it before?
I think Food Dog is life tools that were not aware of that even existed. So for someone who's never been in this world, it can be really eye-opening on how to navigate through life successfully with the support of other people.
Yeah, I would agree with what he said, but also I think it's personal development tools that help you unlock your possibilities and potentials and help you get through anything you might have holding you back from all that, from being your best self, really.
What stands out as the most significant trainings that you've participated in? Which trainings did you like the best and why?
I really enjoyed the work with Kevin and the Fireball. Teaching you how to be calm under extreme pressure. That was the most enjoyable training.
I also enjoyed the Fireball training as well. Not just because it was fun, but because it also helped you look at how you handle maybe other situations in life and how you could slow down and navigate those a little differently. I also really appreciated and liked the training that we just did on how to, I'm drawing a blank, help me out. What was?
Balance out or neutralize?
How to neutralize, yes, that's what it is. How to neutralize things in your life. I think that'll really be very helpful for both of us.
Awesome. Have you been on any other trainings like any other ones yet on the Thursday calls?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No.
That's cool. So, what is the biggest transformation that you've experienced so far? It could be the same thing, it could be those things, but what would you say has been your biggest transformation so far?
Well, I feel like the timeline work that we did is going to be very transformational, just mainly because of two things we just talked about that I just discovered, and I don't know if I didn't hear those yesterday, but I definitely heard them today. To ask yourself, what do I need to learn, and what am I not remembering? And I think that's going to be huge.
I think this week has been transformational in the fact that I have more intention around where I want to go. We've had some success in our life, and there's a whole nother level above that we want to get to, that now I have that focus and intention of how to get there.
What do you think makes Mike uniquely qualified?
Did you get that?
No,
Did you get that?
Alrighty.
We're not filming a porno.
That's not what they told me.
What's your name? How you doing?
Oh my gosh. It never stops, Greg.
That's right. It shouldn't. That's right. You have a hole in your pants.
I know, it got worse too. The hair's gonna be a problem.
Alright, so we got some pre-set questions, so it's gonna be easy.
You're such a natural at this.
I am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
You do a good job.
Appreciate that. Alright, so the first one's a three-part question. Your name, where you're from, and how long you've been in the food dog world. How long have you been in it?
We should probably know that. 4 months?
Yeah, but it's probably not fair to say that because we've been in Mike's world for
That's okay.
6 years.
Yeah. This is about food dog, so you can just say 4 months.
Okay.
So you say, my name is, and you can look at me, by the way, you don't have to count.
Got it.
My name is, you say we're from
Ohio.
and you could say we're in food dog about 4 months.
Right.
Okay. So you say you're Brian.
Okay. So my name is Brian Pritchard.
And my name is Marcella Zins, and we are from Ohio.
OH.
IO.
And we've been with the Food Dog Tribe for a little over 4 months.
Excellent. All right. We just nailed 3 questions down. How about that? Progress. Okay. What were you struggling with before Food Dog?
Gonorrhea. No. Just joking.
So, before Food Dog, I would say for me personally, I was probably struggling with having a sense of peace and freedom.
Yeah. I think you took mine. I mean, because that and clarity and focus. A lot of the exercises that we went through made me realize what I already know, is that my mind is going so fast. I got so many different things going on that sometimes I just have to stop and look at what's in front of me and then have gratitude in moving forward. So it was really good life experience.
Good. So how would you describe Food Dog to someone who's not heard of it?
So Food Dog, to somebody that hasn't heard about it, is taking the educational system that we've all learned from and just turning it upside down, shaking it out, and teaching you how to actually think, instead of teaching you how to memorize things or how to do a multiplication or something like that.
It's honestly life-changing. It really is. It helps you get out of your own way. It helps you remove all the distractions and to really seriously find inner peace, for one.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. What stands out as one of the most significant Food Dog trainings that you've attended?
Oh my gosh. You know what? It's so difficult to pick out one training from this particular weekend. It was like every single thing that we went through was so significant, and it just led to the next thing and the next thing. And you just, when you feel like, okay, I just had this breakthrough.
Easy for you to say.
I just had this breakthrough, and the next exercise you realize, wait a minute, this is even a bigger transformation than I even thought could happen. So it was really hard to pick one thing, I think.
I agree. And the stacking effect of multiple lessons is really what the lesson is how everything plays into each other, how everything just sort of like feeds off of another. It's really immeasurable. And then jumping out of the plane, that was a good lesson too, with no parachute. It was kind of scary, but we landed right there. Remember that time that we landed in the water?
No, really though, being here on the beach with this beautiful ocean, surrounded by all these amazing people, it has been simply incredible. It really has.
So is this whole weekend the best one that you feel are the most impact, or like the other one, any of the other ones?
I see.
Like Change the Channel or any of the other ones
To me, this was very impactful, probably mainly because you're in person. I love virtual, don't get me wrong, but to be here face to face with all of these people, to have that direct access with Mike, it makes a really big difference. So this was by far my favorite.
Awesome. Okay, cool. What would you say is the biggest transformation you've experienced in your life because of Food Dog?
The biggest transformation was just being able to let go of all the crap. Just let it go. And it is seriously that simple.
The biggest transformation for me is her ability to let go. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just teasing. I'm just having fun. It's really just about that. That's really a breakthrough for me too. Just holding on to these things that just aren't serving us. Me. Things aren't serving me. That I had to get rid of because I got a lot of shit. Had a lot of shit. It gone.
Awesome. What do you think makes Mike uniquely qualified to deliver this material?
Oh my gosh. What makes Mike uniquely qualified to deliver this material? His heart for people. You know, him and his wife, they just have such servant hearts, and they know people. You know, they've been through the crap. They know how to survive it. You know, and now they just have this amazing ability to teach it all.
Yeah, that's a good point, and a lot of it, stuff that we weren't taught as kids. We weren't taught this in the education system, and you know, energy work is something that maybe people that don't know just don't know. They just don't. If you don't know, you just don't know, right? But when you actually do the work, we're all energy. Everybody is energy. So when you can learn how to channel that for good, then it's unstoppable. And Mike has continued. I've been in his world now for 6 years, 7 years. Yeah, 7 years, maybe even 8 years. And he just continues to level up. And I think that's what it's all about. Like, as I see his journey, that's how I want my journey to be as well, because as he's leveling up and getting better, his getting better is helping us all get better. So it's kudos to him, kudos to Jen, kudos to Michael Jr., which now we know that there's going to be a legacy as Mike Sr. does other stuff. Mike Jr. can pick up the slack like in a heartbeat, which is really awesome to see generations doing the same thing for the same reason, same purpose. It's pretty awesome stuff.
And now, if you could rewind time, so there's only 2 more questions left. If you could rewind time, what would you tell yourself about getting into the food dog world? So go back before you started, like, and they've been doing it for 2 years now, whatever. What would you tell yourself 2 years ago that you didn't know now?
Don't fight it. Don't be that stubborn. Pretty much.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I think that we all feel, or maybe I'm just speaking for me, that you know, I only have so much bandwidth. There's only so much stuff that I can get involved in, but it's almost like sharpening the axe. Like, what? I don't have time to sharpen the axe, dummy, because I'm chopping wood. But if you're chopping wood with an axe that's dull, you're wasting your time. Sometimes you have to just stop, sharpen the axe, then chop the wood so that it's more productive when you're chopping the wood.
Yep, exactly. And last question, who should join Food Dog?
Who should join Food Dog? Everybody.
Anybody that wants to
Seriously.
improve their life. I mean, if there's something, I guess anybody that has a struggle in life at all that they want to overcome and conquer, this is the place. This is where to come to get the shit out and get it done.
Yeah, and legit, everybody has struggles. Everybody, like, nobody is perfect, and nobody has that perfect life. So there's nothing wrong with having some help take steps to a better life.
Except for Matt. Matt's perfect. It's got to be you because nobody else here is.
All right, so let me.
We talked to everybody.
That was a great rehearsal. Let me start recording. All right, so square your feet to me and your shoulders to me.
Okay.
Good.
I feel like my contact lenses are drying.
Okay.
Okay. get nervous, but I'm feeling nervous. Like,
Nah.
right.
It was so easy. Ready? Here's an easy one.
Okay.
Your name and where you're from.
I am Christina Martinez, and I live in Randolph. Well, no, I don't want to say that. Can I start over? Yeah. Christina Martinez from Randolph, New Jersey.
Let's start. Say it again.
Christina Martinez from Randolph, New Jersey.
Perfect. Okay. How long have you been in the Food Dog group?
Can I say my name again?
Yeah. So say my name is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want me to say that?
Yeah.
My name is Christina Martinez from Randolph, New Jersey.
Perfect. How long have you been in the Food Dog world?
I have been in the food dog world since Mike had his first event of Seekers of Power. And so if I had to clock that, I feel like maybe that was January of last year, perhaps, when he just started.
Awesome. And what were you struggling with before Food Dog?
What I was struggling with before Food Dog Group was really getting some balance and clarity inside me between what my values are.
Wait, sorry.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh.
Frame her out of it. Frame her out of it. Okay.
Is that Robin?
That's okay.
No? Okay. We can ask her to move. You want me to have her move? Molly? Who is that?
Okay. We're rolling.
Okay.
It's the same background.
Okay. So I'm going to go back to the struggling question. Wait, I feel this. Did this come off me? Can I just tuck this in like that? Yeah. Okay. Okay. And this is.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So tell me what life was like before and why you.
Okay. When I first connected with Food Dog Group in Seekers of Power back then, I was looking for a way to connect internally with myself and to really bring out that spiritual and grounded energy to help me strengthen my business, my family relationships, and the way that I show up in the world. And I felt that there was something more that I needed, and how appropriate that his first event was Seekers of Power. Because after having done that event, I literally felt almost a lightning bolt of energy and revitalizing myself and gaining greater clarity on how to go within and feel centered and remain calm in the center of the storm and really get clear on my priorities and focus.
Awesome. How would you describe the Food Dog Group to someone who's never heard of it?
Food Dog Group is like the family that you never had. You know, most of us have family that we're born into, right? And when you get to choose your family, that's what Food Dog is like. It's people who are hungry to grow themselves, who are wired to give and serve others, and to show up and be fully present for themselves and each other. And so if you want to run with a pack of leaders that are doing great things, that's a place for you. If you like to have fun and experience new things, that's what Food Dog Group is like. If you want to feel the support, compassion and empathy from others who are on a similar journey and share maybe life experiences where you get stuck, that's for you. And if you want to get results and you're looking for process, that is what Food Dog Group is about.
Awesome, perfect. Okay, what stands out as the most significant Food Dog training that you did, or was it secret?
Yeah. The most significant Food Dog Group training that I've done has to be this Level Up. And I love the name Level Up, right? Because there's always another level for us in our lives. And it's not always business. And one of the things that Mike shares with us is before you can 20 times anything, you have to 10 times yourself.
10 times.
Oh, it's the other way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're saying you
Thank
want
you.
20 times anything.
Yes, thank you for that.
You got 100
Yeah,
times
sometimes
yourself.
I can be dyslexic. So one of the things I love is in Level Up, Mike teaches that before you can 20 times anything, you have to 10 times yourself. No, I did it like 10, 20. Before you can 10 times anything, you need to 20 times yourself. And so leveling up is this opportunity where you come with people from all over the world. And I love the immersion in nature, right? Because we literally just finished a board breaking in the earth with your feet touching nature and grounded in this energy. And that to me is like, you can't put a price on it.
What is the biggest transformation you've experienced in your life because of food dog?
The biggest transformation I've experienced here at Level Up has to do with connecting all the dots in finding what the monsters were and the motivations, and how I actually put on a mask that was somebody else's mask. And I learned that the things that as a young girl were somebody else's story, that I didn't have to carry them anymore. And I also learned that the things that for me were painful and then showed up and caused effect in relationships with people, family, partners, etc., that I'm able to release, let go, and embrace the truth of who I am, which is like pure love in action.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So explain to someone who might not know what masks are or whatever. Like, give me a quick primer on
Sure.
what masks are.
So we walk through life, and let's say you go into a room and there are business people around and everyone's wearing this business suit, and you think, oh, everyone looks serious, I better put on my serious mask on, right? And those masks show up sometimes to protect our authentic selves, and they also keep us from being real and connecting with others in true authenticity. And so when we talk about removing the mask, we're talking about really coming back to the core and nature of who you are. And when you show up from that place of truth, your relationships are stronger, your business grows, and you're in synchronicity.
Very good, very good. Okay, so to be fair, you're inching forward.
Am I?
Yeah. That's okay. All right. What are some of the results you've achieved in your? No, I don't think I asked that.
No, you just did 7.
Just the 7. What are some of the results you've achieved in your life because of Food Dog?
Some of the results I've achieved, and I'm going to take this back to when I first started, is my business has grown immensely. Contracts have grown immensely. I manifest things a lot quicker, right? So you think it, and then boom, there it is, which also challenges me to be really careful and mindful of where I put my thoughts. I've also I feel in myself a greater calm and centeredness, and I'm seeing how that's affecting the way I show up around other people and handling situations, and even learning from past mistakes, right? Because we all make mistakes, is how, now knowing what I know, how can I position myself to show up more authentically for others and create an awesome relationship and partnership and serve everyone.
Great.
I'm trying not to inch. I want to get close. I feel like I'm way over here, right? So far. Just put me in the ocean.
Yeah. If you could rewind time to before you were in Food Dog, what would you tell yourself about getting into it?
If I could rewind time before I came into Food Dog Group.
Talk to your younger self before
Okay.
Food Dog. If you could talk to yourself before Food Dog, what would you tell yourself about getting into it? Like, how would you encourage you to get into it?
Okay, that's a more clearer question.
Yeah.
How could I encourage myself to get into Food Dog
What would
Group?
you say?
I would literally say that if there's any part of you that is yearning, I call it a heart pull, any part of you that is yearning for a higher level in your life, a more, to listen to that. And I would also say that the first investment needs to be you. And so often we're so busy giving to everyone else and making sure everybody else is taken care of, when what we need to realize is that we need to first invest in ourselves so that we can maximize how we then can show up and care for others.
Awesome, fantastic. And then, who do you think should join Food Dog, and why?
Okay, so straight up, if you're a business owner, you need to be in Food Dog Group. If you're someone that likes to be around positive-minded people, people who are movers and shakers, and people who like results, that needs to be part of the group. If you're wondering where is your place in this thing called life, you need to be part of this group, because you will discover, uncover, and regroup and come back to you. And coming back to you is coming back home. And when you come back to the truth of you and your inner power, everything else just blossoms. And the one last piece is, I think that if you're a parent or you're about to enter or you're in a relationship, you need to be in Food Dog Group to strengthen your other half and to create a better space for your children.
Oh my God, you're like a professional interviewee.
So I've had training. I've been interviewed on CNBC on The Money, and I just love like soul connection.
Yeah.
So what else do I want to say? Okay, one last thing I want to say is that when we're kids, we want to often try a lot of things, and then we get shut down by adult voices. Oh, you're too talkative. You're asking too many questions. Stop being so nosy. Stop moving. And eventually we kind of shut down and we lose our shine. And so if there's a place in you where you feel you've lost your shine, right? You need to come to Food Dog Group, because this is a zero judgment zone. It is a safe space to be you. And there is an honor and a commitment and a respect from everyone, because we're in this journey to be present for one another and ourselves. So if any part of you has felt like, I lost my shine, then come here, because you're going to be more than polished, more than loved on, and you're gonna get results, because any way you slice it, when you work with Mike, you will get results, period, end of story.
Awesome. All right, so that was a great rehearsal. Let me go back to the first question.
Rehearsal? I have to do it again?
Right?
No, you said rehearsal. I'm like, I was like,
Oh, wait, I wasn't recording.
I know. It's all right. I'm good at ad-libbing.
I know, you would do it perfect all over again, I'm sure.
I just speak from my heart.
Cool. All right, so you just look at me. This sucks. Can we get a chair? Yeah, give me a chair.
You can be right behind, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, well, either or, whatever.
Wait, you know what? I'll just sit back here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll just talk louder.
It's okay. Exactly. All right, so your name and where you're from.
I'm Greg Helene. I'm from Northern Services.
I don't know. Is that your company?
Yes, all right. I'm Greg Helene. You want me to talk right at you? Gotcha. I'm Greg Helene. I'm from Olivia, Minnesota.
Okay. All right. So, how long have you been in the Food Dog world?
So I've been in the Food Dog world since they started Food Dog. So we've been with Mike and Jen total for right around 5 years now, and it's been truly amazing.
Awesome. What were you like? Tell me what life was like. What were you struggling with before Food Dog?
So before Food Dog, there's a lot of different things that I struggled with. I struggled with anxiety, constant fear of uncertainty, just not confident in every decision that I made, anxiety potentially depression, and so just talking through different things through Food Dog made me more certain, made me more powerful, and also just hanging around people that are like-minded thinking is super huge.
Awesome. How would you describe Food Dog Group to someone who hasn't heard of it before?
So I would describe the Food Dog Group to different people as it's just a place where like-minded people come together to grow and learn and to be impactful in their environment, whether that's in schools or community or business, whatever that looks like for them is super huge.
Awesome. Check. Good. Okay. What stands out as one of the most significant Food Dog trainings that you attended?
For me, the most impactful Food Dog training was probably One Life. The fact of it takes you down a journey and a path to map out your life by design versus by default. And so when you see from where you are now to where you want to be, say 100 years from now, what does that path look like? And when you map it all out and you can visually see that plan, and now certain things come to fruition, it's really, really neat and really, really cool to see.
All right. What's the biggest transformation you've experienced in your life because of Food Dog?
So the biggest transformation I've had in my life from Food Dog is for the most part just getting more confident and getting a stronger clarity of who I am and where I'm headed and who I'm trying to serve, which is my team, my family, my community. It's really huge for me.
Great. What? Always got to check your work.
For sure.
Okay. What are some results that you've achieved in your life because of Food Dog?
Oh, so some results that I've seen in my life because of Food Dog. The biggest thing is writing down goals, having mantras. When you put stuff on paper and really put a plan together and then execute and implement as taught and have people behind you that are willing to help and have already been through it. It's super fun to bounce ideas off each other, and there's always somebody that's got maybe the answer, but they've been through it before. So what does that look like? It makes life easy and fun. And you can see somebody else, let's say they were, well, obviously super successful, which is super exciting, and there's a lot of energy and excitement behind that.
If you could rewind time before you joined, I know you started when they started, so it would have been possible for you to start earlier.
Sure.
But if Food Dog existed earlier, and you could go back to who you were way before, right? What would you say to yourself to get yourself into Food Dog?
Yeah, so for me, what would I say to myself to get into Food Dog earlier? My biggest thing is if I would have known this when I was, out of college or early as an early entrepreneur, I would have just collapsed time, and the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. Somebody's already done it before, and so learn from a mentor, learn from somebody that's already gone through it, learn from that person that's already uber successful. And when you see that and they have all the answers, it makes life really easy to have great conversations and see amazing results.
Nice, great. Last thing, who should join? Who do you think should join Food Dog?
Who should join Food Dog? People that want to go to another level. Somebody that's super excited, their energy, they always want more. Just living, if they're living and always thought that they could do more or be more, you have to come and check it out, because it's one of those things that everybody was in your shoes at one time, and there's just always another level.
Right. Thanks. That's it.
Yeah, perfect. Did I pass?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Well, no, it's just like anything, you know. You gotta let your wife win once in a while, but it's just like a lot of things.
You got to choose your battles.
Yep. Let her get her 3 whacks in, and then it's enough.
All right. Your name and where you're from.
My name's Jim Clark, and I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
How long have you been in the food dog world?
I really started 6 months ago. So as far as in the food dog world,
Cool. Honestly, he probably doesn't want to hear anything about CEO Warriors.
I'm not going to.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. So what were you, if you could picture your life before Food Dog, what were you struggling with before Food Dog?
I'd say before Food Dog, so
Guys? Just keep it down. Thanks.
So I would say before Food Dog, I've always had mentors in my life, and I unfortunately have outgrown those mentors and had to move on to find someone else. And what I find with Mike Aguilera and Food Dog is I find someone who's got a relentless pursuit of improving himself to serve the greater good of the community, and I want to be a part of that.
Awesome. What stands out as one of the most significant Food Dog trainings that you've attended?
I think this one's pretty good. This one's pretty good as far as locking in some breakthroughs for me on moving forward. I think mind power was amazing, and when you start to understand how the mind works and how you can start with an idea and you can move that idea by having an open mind to a business and then have that become a reality and then start generating income, I think it's awesome. What it teaches you is you have the ability that you're not limited. That it's an unlimited opportunity, and so going through the mind training was liberating.
Awesome. You guys want to come through? Yeah.
Oh, good. I think they forgot they were going to turn around and come back. We're way down.
And obviously, you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid.
Yeah. It's going to cost you. Okay. So, what's the biggest transformation you feel you've experienced being in Food Dog?
I think the biggest transformation of being in Food Dog is understanding my personal worth, understanding the ability of what I have to be able to contribute to serve others. And so that's propelling me to start another business and continue that, and know that I have tremendous value in being able to contribute that and help others.
What are some of the other results you've achieved in your life because of Food Dog?
I think it's awareness. There's a personal awareness when you can have clarity and alignment with your spouse, your kids as much as you can. You're not going to have it always with friends. They're not always going to understand what you're doing or what's going on. But having clarity and alignment at home is huge. And I think that that's really important. And then being able to have like-minded people getting together to have conversations is super important.
Awesome. So, if you could rewind time to before you were in Food Dog, what would you say to yourself to have gotten yourself in sooner?
I can't answer that.
That's all right.
That's a bad question.
What would you say to someone who's on the fence of joining?
Somebody that's on the fence of joining, or you know, they need to stick their toes in and try it out. But now they also need to do a personal self-assessment on where they are. You know, if where they are, not only where they are now, but where have they been the last 3-5 years, and if they've been stuck, you know, do they understand why they were stuck? And Food Dog gives you the opportunity to be able to do a self-evaluation of where you are and what you need to do with your mind, your spirit, and your body to be able to move forward.
Awesome. Last question is, who is this for? You kind of answered it. It's kind of a little bit of a repeat question, but who/what type of person is this for?
I think it's for somebody that's wanting to achieve more, wanting to do more, and maybe they don't know how, and they just need a little push in the right direction to get them moving, to get them accelerating to affect change and growth.
Awesome. That's it. Appreciate it. Awesome.
All right. Probably use none of it. That's all right. Boom.
That's good. Perfecto. Thanks.
All right. So.
All right. So do me a favor. In between each question, just go in and just make sure it's recording. Okay. So do me a tiny favor. Just turn a little bit that way. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Just make sure we're still.
How's it going, Matt? Good? How's it going? Good. Awesome, thanks.
All right, great. Okay. So, your name and where you're from.
Okay. Hi, my name is Ariela Bakken and I'm from Minnesota.
Awesome. So, you just gonna look at me.
Okay,
Right
you got
off camera.
okay, you got it.
That's okay.
Should I do it again?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. Hi, my name is Ariela Bakken and I'm from Minnesota.
This is too low.
Should only do the first 3 questions.
Oh. Right? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. How long have you been in the food dog world?
My husband and I recently joined, so it's probably maybe 3 months. Yeah.
Awesome. What were you struggling with before Food Dog?
Great question. A lot of how to get to the next stage in our business. We finally got to a point that we were, really looking forward to getting to, but we didn't know exactly how to get to the next level, and to sort of be like in agreement and work together on that.
Awesome. How would you describe the Food Dog Group to someone who doesn't know what it is?
That's a great question, because when I joined, I didn't know what it was. I didn't understand what it was, but I trusted my husband, so I joined with him and dove into it. I would explain it as a community of people that get together. You get to have masterminds, you get to create, encourage each other, you get to learn from each other, and you have access to really cool, awesome people, and a lot of really awesome knowledge and things that passion, creativity, different ways of thinking. I think is probably the biggest thing, is just thinking in a way that I hadn't considered before. The biggest thing is just being able to access an incredible group of people that help you with a new mindset, a bigger mindset.
Awesome, great. What stands out as one of the most significant trainings that you've attended?
I think it would have to be Level Up. So that's where we're at right now. And we've learned so much, done so many awesome activities. For me, the biggest thing that I've learned from here is that we're learning about business and growing a mindset, but there's a lot of personal stuff that's going on that you got to deal with so that you can apply everything you're learning. So a lot of being able to be vulnerable and free and open, and definitely not viewing sharing and vulnerability as weakness, but it's strength. It's something you can build on. Yeah.
Excellent. And learning how to hug.
No, I'm not there yet. Not gonna happen.
Okay. What is the biggest transformation you've experienced in your life because of Food Dog?
Yeah, I think it happened in this environment at Level Up where we're at right now. Just being vulnerable, like actually sharing what I'm thinking so that I can receive all the new information, and actually confronting things that maybe I was afraid of or feared that I was gonna lose. Once I actually voice those things and let them go, I think that's where the transformation is happening. And it was yesterday, I felt exhausted in like the best way, like waves just washing over after I let all the other things go. All this information is finally starting to sink in. So it's sort of vague, but that's been my takeaway. Just
awesome. Great. What are some other results you've achieved in your life because of Food Dog?
I think confidence that I'm going in a direction that I'm super proud and excited about. Confidence that what my husband and I are building is going to be successful. And confidence because like we've seen other people, or we're seeing and learning other people about their stories and what they're building, and that they're going for it and it's happening for them. So if we stay consistent, it can happen for us too, for the different dreams and goals that we have.
Great. All right, only two more. If you could rewind time, right? Because you only joined recently, right?
Right.
If you could rewind time, what would you tell yourself now that you know Food Dog? What would you tell yourself about getting into the Food Dog world 2 years ago?
I think I would tell myself to have an open mind quicker. I'm pretty open-minded, but I didn't know exactly what it was, and because of how I was raised and what I choose for my, personal religious beliefs and faith, I didn't know. Like, I put an idea of what it was, because it's a lot of mindset and a lot of growth and a lot of things that you can't necessarily physically touch. So it's kind of not out there, but it's not quite a tangible thing that we're always learning. So I was very, very hesitant when Justin first told me about it. Again, I trusted him, but I would say just have an open mind quicker.
Awesome, great. And then, who is Food Dog for? Like, what kind of person should join?
I think Food Dog is for a person that wants to grow, wants to go to the next level, wants to let go of old mentalities, old ways of doing things, wants to be innovative, wants to create something new, wants to be original, wants to be part of a group of people that are excited to succeed, excited to encourage each other, and business owners that want to keep growing and just kind of be at the edge, like of what their industry is doing.
That's it. Thanks so
Okay,
much.
awesome. Thank you. Oh.
Everybody does that.
Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna take your microphone.
Yeah, just hit the floor.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, thank God I didn't do that. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. That was.
Okay, very good. Let's just make sure it just played. See this. Okay. Alrighty, awesome. So do me a favor. Just stay where you are, but just kind of square towards me. A little bit. That's perfect. There you go.
I'm assuming when I answer, look into the camera?
No, you're gonna look at me. Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Perfect.
Yeah. All right. So, good. Yeah. All right. Your name?
My name is Ryan Watson.
Ryan Watson. Awesome. Where are you from?
I'm from Central California, near Sacramento.
Okay. So let's do it this way. It'll be better for editing. Give me your name and where you're from.
Okay. My name is Ryan Watson, and I'm from Northern California, near Sacramento.
Awesome. How long have you been in the Food Dog world?
I've been in the Food Dog world for about 6 months now. I got introduced through my parents, who have been in the world for a little over a year.
Awesome. Would you say there was something you were struggling with before that made you want to be a part of it?
Yeah, definitely on the personal development, personal growth side. Some things that have definitely helped me enlighten what I need to change in my life, and some things that can help.
Okay. How would you describe Food Dog to someone who hasn't heard of it?
First and foremost, I would say it's just a tight-knit group of people that are like-minded and supportive of each other. Everybody here is fantastic and always wants to help the person next to them. And it's great for if you have any sort of issues in your life that you would like to work through, or even if you don't have issues, to just grow as a person and improve in, you know, business and with your family and with your kids, or just your friendships.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What stands out as one of the most significant Food Dog training? What stands out as one of the most significant Food Dog trainings that you've attended?
I would definitely say the one that we're currently at, Level Up. It's the first in-person event that I've been to, and it's been amazing. We do regular meetings and things like that, and cover many topics. But this in-person event has been really incredible to connect with everybody and be able to actually, you know, have physical contact with the people that I see on Zoom every single week.
And what's besides the in-person thing? Like, what's significant about it in terms of the training?
I would definitely say that getting to experience the energy in the room, it also gets you out of your home with the distractions that you have at home, whether it be kids or work or your spouse or whatever. It gets you away from those distractions to really focus on what you're needing to do and developing yourself to get to that next level.
Awesome. What is the biggest transformation you've experienced in your life because of Food Dog?
It's definitely changed the relationship that I've had with my parents. We're getting a lot more aligned in the way that we think, and it's really progressed me a lot more rapidly than a lot of, especially peers in my age group. It's propelled me past a lot of them and set me up really, really, really well for my future, especially as a young man.
Awesome. Do you work with your parents?
Yes, I do.
How has it transformed the work or the business? Or?
With work, it's definitely been, like I said, it's made us align a lot more in the way that we approach situations, the way that we approach our employees, how to better interact with our employees to grow them into better people. Because at the end of the day, that's what we have to do in business is make our people better. And then through that, they become better employees. So it's really helped mostly with me and my parents, with our relationship at work as well, of being on the same page and being able to have more high-level conversations about things that I wouldn't have particularly understood before.
Awesome. Are there any other results that you've experienced through Food Dog that's notable?
I would just say, especially for young people, it'll help bring a lot of confidence for you, and for everybody just in general. It'll really help with your confidence because as you figure out who you are as a person and how to navigate this crazy world that we live in, it really makes it to where you can walk into situations, especially with other people, if there's a conflict or something like that, or even if there's not a conflict, resolving something that may have been festering for years that you were afraid to deal with. It really helps in breaking that down, and all the advisors here are great and have great advice and sit and listen to you and actually listen to you instead of just giving you a generic answer.
Awesome. If you could rewind time, what would you tell yourself about getting into the Food Dog world? What would you tell your younger self?
I would definitely say in the beginning I wasn't the most involved. I would say be playful out, be involved, because at surface level, a lot of people can view a lot of what we do as a lot of rah, not legitimate. And there's so much that I've learned now that I finally started to play full out and participate in everything, and that's when I really started to see the growth.
Awesome. Last question. Who should join Food Dog and why?
I think anyone should. It doesn't matter if your life is. Oh.
Oops. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. Go the other way. That's all right. There you go. That fixes that. Wait. All right, cool.
I would say anybody should join. It's good for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're 80 years old, if you're 20 years old. Everybody can learn something from being a part of this group and grow as a person. So that would be who I would say is if you have any inclination on wanting to improve yourself and make yourself a better person, then it's right for you.
Awesome. That's perfect. That's awesome. Great. Thanks, brother.
No problem. Thanks, guys. Oh shit, that's right. Your mic. My bad.
Only 20,000 people do this every day. Walk away with a mic. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Oops.
All good. Sweet.
Very good. Okay, cool.
Cool. Anything? Yeah, you let me know.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Your name and where you're from.
Cool.
Look at me. You can look at me.
I'll look at you? Yeah, cool. My name is Lenita Abuchbake and I am from Sydney, Australia.
Awesome. How long have you been in the Food Dog world?
I've been in Food Dog for coming up to a couple of years. Feels like I've just joined because of just how quickly things have moved, but yeah, 2 years.
Awesome. How would you describe Food Dog Group to someone who's never heard of it before?
Oh my goodness. I would say it's more than just a program. When I joined Food Dog, I felt like I was being welcomed into a new family. And so it's definitely more than just a program. To me, it's a way of life. It's a way of living.
Awesome. Cool. What's the biggest, what stands out as one of the most significant Food Dog Group trainings you've attended?
My initiation into Food Dog was the Wealth Code, unlocking the Wealth Code, and I went in there to learn about money, mindset, and grow that into that next level in business. But what it really unlocked for me was this new sense of personal worth and relationship building. So that's probably one of my favorite trainings to date.
Awesome. What's the biggest transformation that you've experienced in your life because of Food Dog?
Oh, I would say this is an easy one for me. When I joined Food Dog, once again, I was going in there for business, but it unlocked new levels of personal growth. And for the first time in 25 years, I actually reunited with my dad. And Mike was someone who really helped me through that. And I think ever since that moment, it unlocked a new level within me, and business naturally followed, where I was able to make bigger moves in business because I handled that side in my life. Yeah.
Right. Awesome. What are some of the other results you've achieved in your life?
Definitely with business and sales, the clients, the lead generation, all due to the leadership within me as the business owner. The amount of clients I have now, how much I'm charging for my services, it's all a byproduct of my personal growth. Yeah.
Tell me something about in order to 10x anything, you need to
20x
yourself.
Yeah.
Describe that concept.
Oh, definitely. I would say owning and working through the personal baggage, or just that the internal resistance you have with relationships in life, because for our clients, we can only take them as far as we're willing to go. And so we need to dig a little bit deeper in the messy moments. And so 10xing your business, in order to 10x your business, you must 20x your life. That's what it means to me. Work through the internal resistance that you might have.
If you could rewind time, what would you tell yourself about? You'll tell your younger self about, getting into the Food Dog world.
I would say do it as soon as you have that opportunity. I think dive right in. It's scary because the imposter creeps up. You see these big name players in business and life, and you question, like, who am I to be in this room? but you're exactly where you need to be, and trust on Mike and the team, and you'll finally be able to attract your tribe and make lifelong relationships. So do it sooner rather than later.
Awesome. And last one, who should join Food Dog and why?
My first initial thought was my clients, but I would say now what I know now from Food Dog, I would get my family in. You know, I would get my sister in. I would get, the dream would to get my mother in, you know, just to really help us as a family. Because being the strong go-to, you feel like you're on this journey on your own, but allowing yourself to bring in your family will just unlock new levels of growth. So I would say my family, yeah.
Awesome. But who else, like in general, like what kind of person should
Yeah.
you know?
I would say anyone who wants to firstly work on themselves. Leadership can come in many ways, whether they're a business owner, whether they're working in a corporate job. You know, you don't have to own a business to be part of Food Dog. Anyone that wants to level up their relationships with people, especially themselves, is so applicable and it's so universal to any industry that we're in. So I would say that person that really wants to just become, you know, it's cliche, but become the best version of themselves, whatever that might look like.
Awesome. That's it for now.
Go team.
Oh, we're gonna do some more down the road.
Awesome. Hope that was
Thanks so
helpful.
much. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right.
Drop
Oh,
something.
thank you. All right. So can you just move the can a little further out?
Oh, yeah. Is that good?
Yep. Perfect. Okay. So, your name, where you're from, and how long you've been in the Food Dog group.
I don't remember how long I've been at Food Dog. Hold on, I gotta think. Whenever he started it.
Okay. So you say 2 years.
Since-
You say 2 years.
Okay. I couldn't remember, sorry. My memory's terrible. So name, where I'm from, and how long I've been in the group.
No, it's gonna be higher.
Oh, shoot. I probably am not talking loud enough.
Well, with the wind, I really gotta crank it high.
Yeah, and I'm so dang soft-spoken.
I know.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Just pull that down.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, so my name's Erin Watts. I'm from North Carolina, and I've been involved with the Food Dog group for about 2 years now.
Awesome. So you can look at me right here then.
Okay.
Right off the bat. So, all right. Questions here. They're easy.
All right.
Actually,
Oh, you make it real easy. So you just ask questions and let us answer it?
That's it. We already took. It's like a no-brainer. We already did 3 questions. Look at that.
Sweet.
All right. So if you could describe your life before Food Dog, what would you say your life was like? What were you struggling with before Food Dog?
I was struggling with a lot of chaos with my business and personal life. The death of my dad, just a lot of different bigger things, and then a lot of smaller things too. But I would say mostly chaos.
Okay. How would you describe the Food Dog group to someone who hasn't heard of it?
That's a really good question, because I always have a difficult time describing it because there are so many different things to say about it, and people look at me sideways like, what? So it's definitely a change in your mindset, change in your life, change with your family and your business. There's just so many different aspects in the group that contribute to all the change that I've experienced anyway.
Mm-hmm. And how does it operate? The group itself.
So as far as the group itself, we meet weekly. We just had our in-person event. We did a lot of different skits, if you will, or exercises and trainings just to
help us accomplish, overcoming fear, stress, anxieties, deaths in our families, business issues, just all kinds of different issues that people have every day.
What stands out as one of the most significant group trainings that you've attended? Which one?
You mean as far as like the Zoom trainings that we've done in the past? I would say the Seekers of Power. That was my favorite. I'm kind of an intuitive person, empathic. So that one for me was very eye-opening in, you don't realize how strong your mind is and what abilities you actually have until you really start digging deep into that kind of stuff.
Awesome. What is the biggest transformation you've experienced in your life because of Food Dog?
Oh gosh, that's a big question, because I feel like I've experienced a lot of transformations on, like sometimes you'll experience the same training more than once, but you're digging deeper. I would say with my relationships, with my family, specifically my husband, just learning how to talk to people instead of reacting or accusing, or just knowing how to communicate in a more effective way.
What are some other results you've achieved in your life?
God, there's so many things. This is going to take me a second to think. I'm sorry. I guess just being able to reach out to any of the group members, reach out to Mike or Jen or Aaron, or even Mike's son, which I've never really reached out to, but just knowing that there's a whole group of people that I can be open with without any judgment, and they actually care. They're not, they don't just brush my stuff under the rug and then go along. They actually want to help. They want to, they want to see the transformations with everyone, so they take the time. Like if I reach out to Mike, he's like that, just getting right back to me. It's not a day later or a week later. It's within minutes most of the time, which is pretty awesome.
Wow, that's awesome. So I know you started when they started, right? But I guess for the sake of this question, just imagine it was on longer and you only started 2 years ago when it was going on for 10 years, right? If you could rewind time, what would you tell yourself about getting into Food Dog?
I would definitely have started a long time ago. I just feel like it's helped me with my personal growth tremendously. And not only that, but with, that helps with everything else in your life, your business, your relationships. It's really helped with every aspect of my life.
Awesome. And last question, who should join Food Dog?
I think anybody who is open-minded, or even just a little bit open-minded, honestly, everybody should join, but realistically, everybody obviously would not join, but I think if people are curious, they want to have more personal growth, learn about themselves, learn how to communicate better, grow their business. Anybody that wants to be successful or wants to grow personally or professionally, I think it's really for everybody of all ages.
Awesome. That's it.
All right.
Good job.